Welcome. Very special day. You know why you're here. NFL opening night. It is about time. I can't believe it. I cannot believe NFL opening night is already here. I remember watching videos in preseason. Just crazy hyped for the NFL season. It's here. We've made it. We've made it to week 1, day 1, opening night, Eagles, Cowboys. Who you got? Let me know. I'm going to get these notifications out as per usual, and then we will get started in 1 second. Kind of let everyone flood in here. Make sure they're actually seeing what they're seeing, which is Eagles, Cowboys, NFL. Absolute cinema. If you've been used to watching the streams before, you'll notice I am in a new spot. I'm at college, but still locked in for you guys. If you're not already, make sure you follow us on Twitter, join our Discord, sub here on YouTube with Noti so you don't miss a live stream. I will be live on Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursdays for the Thursday night game, Saturdays for all the Sunday slate, so we get a long stream on Saturdays going over everything in insane detail. So yeah, if you like these streams, you want to come to the research, hang out with me, do that, sub with Noti so you don't miss anything there. I think that's about all the plugs I want to add. Use code PF30 on the site. You get 30% off your first order, whether you do a month or a year. What's up, everyone? What's up, Rye, Maurice, James, Jay, DJ, Edwin, GP Hertz and Smith TDs. Hey man, I like the thinking. I can see you've been using the site, bro. We not in the football field. Should I get a green screen? Would that be tech? Let's see. I gotta make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll in chat, asking you guys who you got, Eagles or Cowboys. Feel like, there's a pretty obvious answer here, but gotta make a poll, see what you guys are thinking. Let's see here. Let me post on Discord as well. Alright, posted on Discord. That is free as well as our Twitter, so if you're not following or joining there, what are you doing? Let me pull up the chat here. Eagles -7, Barkley Smith TD. Frank with the first like. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, overseas. It's been a while, man. The only thing that's a little cooked is the top ticker. It still says type homers. I do have an exclamation mark touchdowns that I will be adding to, but I will change that for sure next time. I had the stream up and ready to go 10 minutes before, and I'm like, uh-oh. That's not supposed to say homers, so that'll be fixed for next time. Don't worry about that. Exclamation mark touchdowns will still work. Bear down, baby. Bear down. Do the little claw. Arr. Arr. Smith TD. Man, everyone who uses Propfinder is going to be on Pickens, Hurts, and Smith. And you guys will see why very, very shortly. I don't know why it's not letting me make a poll. Kind of weird. Here we go. I guess I just needed to wait a sec. Alright, vote in this poll. Who you got? Who you got? Eagles or Cowboys? I feel like majority should be Eagles, as I believe they're massive favorites at home as well. Let me get a little cowboy emoji. I don't know if I can put that in, but in the poll, I think it'll be funny. I can. Yeah, we're doing emojis in the poll. Hold up. There we go. Who you got? Who you got? Vote in the poll. If I'm voting, I'm saying Eagles, and by a pretty wide margin, to be honest. Pickens housing one. I could see it for sure, man. I could see it. Already have Smith Pickens anytime TD locked in. There you go, bro. Smith, Hurts, Pickens. Man, everyone. Ferguson. Bryce is on Ferguson. Okay. Interesting. We'll see why that is. Again, this is kind of going to be a short stream because there's only one game. Saturday is when we're kind of going to go over all of the games. Yeah, let's just get started. What do you guys say? Let's do it. Let me close this. There we go. All right. So, touchdown matchups. I made a video on this. You guys seem to, like it. So, all you have to do, there's two filters. You can filter by the date. You can filter by the games. Obviously, for today, since there's Cowboys Eagles on tonight, we're just going over that. But yeah, all of the info is here for you. Anything you want to do with touchdowns, any research you want to do, just go here. The advanced filter is huge. You can see down to the exact position. This is why a lot of guys are on George Pickens today instead of CeeDee Lamb. You can just kind of see in teams like a lot of discrepancies. Like, for example, receiving touchdowns, the wide receiver 2 has the most, and then the tight end against the Cowboys. So this is Devonta Smith, and who's their tight end 1? I'm tripping. It's not Calcaterra, is it? Oh, Goddard. So if you're on Pickens or Goddard, makes sense to me. They allowed 12 red zone targets to tight ends last year. Keep in mind on football this first month or so, go light when you're betting. Just go light because this is all data from last year. Lineups change, 53s change, defensive schemes change, whether there's new coaches, new OCs, new DCs, new managers, new managing, new GMs, new everything. Everything can change drastically year to year. I mean, unless you're like the Saints, who are still going to suck. But you get my idea, right? Some teams might draft a really good corner. He might ball out the first few weeks. So just kind of wait and see how they're playing the first few weeks. Go from there. Just go light. Don't waste your bankroll on the first month. Focus is going to be on Lamb and Pickens. Mostly Lamb going to be a nice dump pass or an out and or joker route to Ferguson. You're going to get in. Eagles going to go 7th or 5th most targets. Wow. Yeah, they play. I think they play a lot of zone. The Eagles. It's also something you could check on Propfinder. So you can see, like, if you want to research CD, it's only plus 162 for a touchdown. But if you click him, go to coverage, and you can see, actually, so I was completely wrong. Good thing I'm using Propfinder. They play man 60% of the time. I thought the Eagles were a zone-heavy team. Apparently not. I mean, again, this is 2024, so take it with a grain of salt. But 59.5%, and you win the Super Bowl by 20 points. I don't really see them straying from their ideas last year. So just something to remember. You could check that coverage here. You could also see how often they play zone. So obviously 59.5%, 39.5% for zone. And then you can see all the attempts, completions. You can see how CD plays against man. So CD's actually very good against man. He sees a 15.5 increase in targets compared to when he's playing zone. He plays the same amount of snaps on man and zone. He got one more reception. So a 0.4 increase in receptions there. Way more yards, though, which is interesting. 5 touchdowns, 720 yards, 14.1 yards per reception against man. These percentages here will always be against this highlighted purple coverage. So whatever they play the most, it's going to show you how that receiver either dips or plays well against that certain coverage. So as you can see here, first man, 15.5% increase on targets. again, 33.5% increase in yards, which is very notable. Same as yards per reception, yards after catch, red zone targets. So you can see against zone, he only got 3 red zone targets compared to man, where he got 10. So Eagles play a lot of man. CD plays well against man, gets all those red zone targets. So just something to note for sure. Why aren't there a number behind wide receiver 1 or 2 on bottom box? Can you elaborate, Rain? I'm confused. Wide receiver 1 or 2 on bottom box. I don't know what you're talking about. Quinyon, you gotta have CD in cuffs. I could see it, bro. I could see it. For that, you could also click on CD, click head-to-head. So head-to-head, CD has 1 touchdown. You could just look at his yards as well. So the last game, he only got 21 yards. Still 6 catches, but only 21 yards. So yeah, just something to note there for sure. You can also see the first time he played at Philly, back in 2023. So the Cowboys were a much better team than they are now. Also, they got rid of Micah Parsons. Like, what are they doing to the Packers? So my Bears now have to play Micah Parsons 2 times a year at least, which is not ideal. Obviously, I don't know what Jerry Jones is thinking. You got a bag of chips for Micah Parsons. But yeah, the CD's longest receptions on 6 catches the last game against the Eagles was 6 yards, which is absurd. That's actually insane. I can't believe he didn't get a touchdown in his first game against him. But look how many yards he got. 191, 11 catches, 16 targets. Jeez. Go, Pack, go. Get out of my chat. Out of my chat. Pickens gets in maybe on a long one. I like his, I like Pickens for the long reception. I mean, 9 out of his last 10. I know he was on the Steelers, but, 9 out of last 10, you would think if the Cowboys are going to pick up a wide receiver, they're going to know how he plays, right? He's nasty versus zone. Look at that increase. Yards after catch, 158 to 57. That's insane. Not many touchdowns. He only had 3 touchdowns last year. But a huge increase in targets, almost 40%. 30% increase in receptions. He only had 30. Did he get injured or something? Did Pickens get injured last year? Hey, Perk. As long as you're not a bandwagon, bro. I have a friend here at college who is a Dodgers fan, born and raised in Indianapolis. Like, what are we doing? What? Fly, Eagles, fly. Respect, bro. Eagles got a good chance this year. Crybaby limited stats. 2 first-rounders is a bag of chips compared to Micah Parsons. Bro, first-rounders are so boomer bust. Who do you guys got for the Super Bowl? Let's just get right to it. Oh, who do I got for the Super Bowl? I'd like to see someone who's never won it win, like the Lions. Although I'm a Bears fan, half my family's, from Michigan, so I'd be fine if the Lions won. That choke last year was bad, though. Owner of Propfinder, Jose, is a Ravens fan. He's got a good shot this year. NFC, you got the Eagles. I could see, Niners on a comeback. I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl, but I think they'll be on a comeback. Eagles, Bills, Birds back-to-back. Ravens, Rams. I like that. Who wins that, Nini? Nini knows. Who wins that? Bear down. Chi-Town kicks. One can hope, right? Flint, Michigan. Ooh, how's your water, D West? Sorry, old meme. Old joke. Vikings. God, I hope not. Yo, what's up, King Shells? Alright, let's get into the actual research. You guys keep typing your Super Bowl, who you think's going to win the Super Bowl. Yo, what's up, Narth? Huge Finns fan. Oh, no. I think I know one other guy who's a Dolphins fan. That's rough. That's a rough team to follow. I mean, if Tua doesn't get injured, though, like, you're not a bad team, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just rough with such an injury-riddled guy. All right, so when you're researching... Narth, are you going to do touchdowns, by the way? Or are you just a baseball guy? Go Browns? Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's go Birds, baby. Sislo. Hi, Sislo. All right, so again, when you're on this touchdown research cheat sheet, you're going to look at a good matchup is all in green, so... Obviously, when you filter, these top ones should be green unless the defense was just terrible and they're all green or, But we made it very obvious this year. Green is good, red, bad, yellow, okay. So if you like the player's stats, even though it's yellow or red, you still want to take it. Just know that there's a risk there. Cowboys, for receiving touchdowns, allowed 8 to wide receiver 2, 6 to the tight end 1, 2 receiving touchdowns to the RB1. 11 rushing touchdowns to the RB1, though, so almost, what is that, like, almost 1 a game, like 0.7 a game, so more likely than not, especially against Saquon. I mean, what are his odds? Like, stupid ridiculous. Shoot, I'm looking at the wrong one. Minus 185. I believe he opened at minus 165. I wanted to hammer it, but it sounded like a trap. AJ, bro. Hey, that's good, D West. As long as you're not growing a third eye or fourth legs, that'll work, right? This year, Miami will win the AFC. Drop some hot takes you guys got. I'm curious. That is a very hot take. The AFC? You got to be a Dolphins fan. That's a crazy hot take. Oh, yeah. Yeah, diehard Dolphins fan. There you go. Bleed orange and aqua. Should probably get that checked out. It's a little weird. As you can see, Cowboys defense. So also when you click on a team, so if you want to research the Cowboys, click on the Cowboys. You can go to their depth chart and see who's on their defense. So Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, obviously. Hey, where'd Micah Parsons go? Stupid Packers. I hate the Packers. I mean, nose tackle Kenny Clark. Holy. It's so funny. Bo Nix MVP? That would be wild. From Florida and a Colts fan? Man. That's rough. Smitty going? I like Smitty. I like him, bro. But yeah, so if you want to get to the depth chart, go there. You can see the injury report. Nakobe Dean is out. He's definitely a backup, I believe. Tanner McKee. It's not like basketball where, you'll know every player on a team if you like basketball. Football, 53 guys on every team to memorize. I know there's guys in chat that will know all of them. I am not one of those guys for NFL. I pay attention to the Bears 53, and that's it. Fergie going. A lot of you guys are on Fergie. Bro, Deuce, I know. I can't believe there's ads. It's terrible. Josh Butler's a corner who's out, linebacker who's out, and another corner who's out for the Cowboys. I don't recognize these names. When you click this arrow, you can see why they're out. Was placed on the active/pup list on Monday, so... ACL. Oh, GG's. GG's. So yeah, only thing that really stands out for the Eagles to me is the Landon Dickerson questionable. Didn't participate in practice on Monday, so he's kind of a toss-up. Not like their line's bad, but that would be a hit to their line, especially if you're taking Saquon. So maybe passing more so. Just some way to interpret that. Stay away from AJ. He's had a hamstring for most of preseason. Gotcha. No picks Zig yet so far. Hot take. Chiefs will not make... oh, my God. I would love that. Chiefs downfall? Chiefs downfall is a perfect take. I love that. Okay. Should we get... how do you guys want to do this? Should we just get all the best picks or just go through... How should we do this? There's only one game. Be shocked if Dickerson doesn't play. Did he practice yesterday? Or Tuesday? Because we could go like player by player. We could go just based off all the green. I don't know how to do it on Thursday because there's only one game, so this isn't going to be a very long stream if we just get the best picks right out of the way. Which we could do. Maybe we do best from each team and then kind of just go through everyone else. Miles Sanders plus 1,100. I can actually see that. Miles Sanders, or no, sorry, he's on the... stupid, I was thinking he was on the Eagles. Who's the backup running back on the Eagles? What if they're up by so much that they just put that bum in? Is it Shipley? Or no, it's A.J. Dillon. What if A.J. Dillon gets a touchdown? That would be wild. Need the sleepers, everyone else on the favorites. Fair. Maybe AJ. Dolphins smacking the Bills in the division, then smacking the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. You could hope. You could hope. I don't think the Dolphins will do anything, but we'll see. Never know in football. Yeah, I think A.J. Dillon's definitely way better. Thunder thighs. They got double thunder thighs in the Phillies backfield. It's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. He was a full participant last practice. AJ? I assume you're talking about AJ Sislo? Hi, Sislo. Miles getting a dump pass for a TD. I honestly don't want to bet too many Cowboys to get touchdowns. Also, if you click here, you can see the spread. So the spread is -6 towards the Eagles. I believe this is the opening line, so I'm not sure if it changed since then. But they are -6 as the opening line at least. Bears trash, Caleb cooked. Holy. Oh, Dickerson. Gotcha. That's true, Golden. Saquon's like the best teammate you could want. He's like the best player on your team, and he's a really good teammate. You get the best of both worlds there. Alright. I say we just go for the best players. Cowboys allowed none to a tight end 2. Only 7.1 receiving yards per game. So if you want to take... you could even take some unders here. That's a guy I would take an under on. But again, a tight end 2's line isn't going to be too high. So just something to consider. Running back 1, wide receiver 2, and tight end 1. And this, remember, these are just all averages, so, like, CD's CD, like, he could still go off, right? But usually this just points out the biggest discrepancies, so, I mean, wide receiver 2 getting double the wide receiver 1's touchdowns is pretty insane. Also, double on the red zone targets. So, you know, I mean, that's where I would go with it. They lead in receiving. They lead in receiving yards per game. And they lead in targets on what the Cowboys give up. So, -8.5 now for Eagles. Jeez. Nothing, Landon. We got nothing. Yeah, that's true, Bryce, for sure. Division game. Yeah, I like when the NFL starts on a division game, like even Friday tomorrow in Brazil. Chiefs, Chargers, like Bucks, Falcons. I mean, we got really good. Okay, was going to say we have really good games. Steelers, Jets, like, what are we doing? Dolphins, Colts, what are we doing? Panthers, Jags, not a good game, but a division matchup at least. Let's see Barkley's line for 2 tutties. Plus 285, jeez. It's like you could take one other guy and get double the odds on that. Barkley's so good. Okay, I agree with you, DJ. I think Devonta Smith could go crazy. Most receiving touchdowns on the Eagles last year was actually Devonta Smith, then A.J. Brown. Obviously, they're going to be the leaders. Goddard and Barkley each had 2. 2 receiving. Barkley obviously had 13 on the ground. Rushing yards per game. I mean, Jalen Hurts, 42 is kind of crazy. I didn't even know they had estimate. Interesting. Rodgers revenge game versus Jets. That's a good narrative. There you go. I can't wait till Rodgers comes and plays the Bears in Soldier Field and we beat them by 500. It's going to be the best day of my life. Yeah, I can't believe the Colts have Daniel Jones as their starter. That's insane. Wild. Wild, wild, wild. Devonta, or AJ actually averages more yards per game, or averaged last year. But Devonta, again, got more red zone targets and a red zone carry. Jeez, Saquon had 55 red zone carries. You don't believe the hype with the Eagles CBs? They didn't get rid of anyone, though, right? Like, or is Slay's not gone, is he? That would be kind of crazy if Slay's gone. I got to keep up with more of the roster updates, especially with the season out. Let's see what he is gone. Where'd he go? What's the poll at? Eagles 82 to 18%, 94 votes. Vote in the poll if you haven't already. I just want to see what you guys are thinking on that. Crazy. It's kind of what I expected, to be honest. Devonta Smith. I agree. I think Devonta Smith has the best odds. He has the second highest usage towards second highest to Saquon. He has the most receiving touchdowns on the team, or had the most receiving touchdowns on the team last year. Less receiving yards, but more red zone targets and even a red zone carry. I mean, that's obviously not a big deal because he only had 1. But look at his usage. Like, against man, 27% increase, 18% increase, 15% increase. They like throwing in the ball when he's playing man coverage. So, I mean, even his yards after catch, it looks insane. Adoree Jackson does the Eagles CB2 tonight. Who is that? Slays on Pittsburgh, gotcha. Yeah, I remember that. I should have known that. I actually bet on Cooper DeJean to get that pick 6 in the touchdown. I actually had a prop on that. Not a pick 6, but an interception. I was freaking out. Devonta, Goddard, Pickens. Top 3 are Pickens, Hurts, and Devonta. Remember that Saquon's probably going to get one. I mean, he's Saquon. Let's take a look at his stats here. I'm just curious. I mean, Saquon's probably going to get a touchdown. Let's just see. Let's see. Against the RB1, what did the Cowboys give up? They give up 11th most rushing attempts. Rushing kneel downs. Longest rushing touchdown is 45 yards. And they gave up 11 rushing touchdowns. We saw that earlier. Saquon has never scored a touchdown against the Cowboys, which is interesting. Yeah, let's look at Fergie, right? That's just crazy, though. I mean, Saquon, even at home when he scored touchdowns, he got 2 of them last year. 3 against Green Bay, 2 against Jacksonville, 2 against Washington. Dude's unbelievable. 20.5 longest rush. Is that his line? How How many rushing attempts is only 19.5? Problem with rushing attempts is the Eagles are going to be up by so much, you know? Just something to consider. It's crazy. 25 carries in the Super Bowl. Longest reception. We don't have his longest rush. Receiving yards. His rushing yard prop is 99.5. Holy crap. Hurts tush push, yeah. I want to see the Eagles just tush push on the first play of the game. 1st and 10, tush push, and they'll get it. If the Eagles go up early, Saquon going for 150. You mean Cowboys? Or you mean because they're up by so much, Eagles? I just can't see this being a close game. I mean, I know it's like a divisional matchup. It's a really good rivalry between the Eagles and the Cowboys. But, like, Eagles have... Okay, you could say... At worst, you could say a neutral quarterback. I think, all in all, Jalen Hurts is more... is a better quarterback than Dak. Obviously, the Eagles have a better running back. They probably have a better running back, too, than Javonte Williams, who's the starter on the Cowboys. Better wide receiver... maybe not wide receiver 1, but better wide receiver 2. Now with George Pickens, maybe not. Better line. 100% they have a better line. Better defensive line, better corners, better safeties, better linebackers, better defense. So, I mean, the Eagles have them beat completely on the defensive side of the ball. You could argue quarterback and wide receivers, maybe. Ferguson might be better than Goddard. That's another close one, though. James, I like that. I like that 3-leg. Smith, anytime touchdown. Pickens, longest reception. Pickens, longest reception in the game, or Pickens to just go over that line, James? I do like the under on Hurts pass attempts. I think, again, if you're up by a million points, well, what's his line, actually? Probably shouldn't say anything before I know his line. 27.5 is pretty high. Like, look at all these games. Like, 22, 19, 21, 4. Actually, you got hurt in that game. 22, 19, 21, 21, 22. So he averaged 21.7. I mean, he's never gone over it against the Cowboys. I mean, that's ridiculous. Even the yards, look, 207, 197, 202. He just hasn't had to. There's no reason that he should have. Like, I mean... Yeah, Dallas allows a low amount of passing attempts. I like that. He plays better versus zone. Dallas has the better kicker, Nini, you're right. You're right for sure. Brandon Aubrey's unreal. Like... And Cam Little on the Jags. Didn't they... Isn't there... Okay, I could be completely tripping, and you guys might think I'm really stupid, but I thought there was a rule where they were allowed to, like, take the ball home or something and, like, mess with it, like, to make sure the air flows, like, how they want or something. Am I tripping, or is that, like, actually a thing? Because I saw something on that. So, I don't know. I could be completely tripping. I thought that's why Cam Little hit that. And if that's true, I don't think he should hold the record, even if it's in preseason. It's like a baseball player using a corked bat. Like, of course he's going to hit it 500 feet. Or like a metal bat, even. It's, like, just not fair. Okay, the Eagles allowed also 11 to the wide receiver, too. Only 3 all year to the wide receiver 1. So CD has a very, very hard matchup. More receiving yards, but barely. I mean, look at the targets. To tight ends, they allowed 16. I can see why you guys are on Fergie. You know what I mean? I mean, what are his odds, too? Plus 320. I don't know if that's a little low for me. Who's their tight end 2? Shoemaker. Oh, someone was saying Shoemaker. Tripping. Sisler, I think you're tripping. Ferguson yards. Fergie yards. Smith yards. Pickens longest reception. Let's see. Why am I on Jalen Tolbert? Don't want to be on you. Let's see. Fergie yards. Me saying Fergie just brought back the memory. You know that national anthem? Whew. Fergie was good on that national anthem, wasn't she, boys? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, Eagles allow the most receiving targets to tight ends, 3rd most receptions, 7th most touchdowns, and most broken tackles. Lowest average receiving yards. So here, I would definitely take his receptions. He seems to hit this relatively normally as well. I mean, they allow the most targets. Like, that is pretty unbelievable. Ah, that's true. That's true. Man, are we all on the same 3 guys? Apart from, like, Hurts and Barkley? I think we're all on Pickens, Smith, and Fergie. Like, all of you guys are on that. I'm probably going to take Fergie's receptions here. I actually really like that prop. I don't know if you guys want to do anything other than touchdowns, but I'm down for that as well in case we get done with touchdowns. But I think for touchdowns, actually, before I favorite that, let's go through all the touchdowns. I mean, Devonta, I really like that one. He's also 50%, and last game he got 2 with 120 receiving yards, which is insane. Kicking point to Aubrey. Yeah. Kicking point to Aubrey. J-Rock, was that the Commanders? It's funny. Because they got blown out in the NFC game. 1 red zone targets for tight end 1 versus Eagles. No, it's 16. This is the Eagles' defense. I don't know what you're looking at. One red zone target. It's 16. Unless you just mistyped. But yeah, I think Fergie's a good pick. Pickens is a good pick. Again, I don't know if I'd go too heavy on the Cowboys just because they're supposed to get blown out. But if you want to take some guys on the Cowboys, wide receiver 2 looks good. Where's the red zone targets? 16 receiving red zone targets allowed to the wide receiver 2 from Philly, so ranked 9. Something to note there for sure. Ferguson probably better receiver, Goddard better blocker. Yeah, J-Rock, I can agree with that. There's so many roles in football too. It's not like you have to do it all. It's such a perfect team sport. It's actually insane. You guys add tackles, assists. That's tackles and assists are on their 2012. And players playing without certain players, like if CD gets hurt, what's picking stats without CD? That's also a thing. So if you go down here, it'll only show all the guys that are injured or inactive, but you could click without them, and it'll show whatever stats without that certain player. So yeah, I mean, I like George Pickens. Let's actually check these stats here as well. Eagles allowed the most touchdowns and receiving touchdowns to wide receiver 2. Most yards to the wide receiver 1, but barely. And then red zone targets are to the wide receiver 2, tight end 1. So When you're researching touchdowns, looks like the wide receiver 2. I mean, we all know it's George Pickens. So, George Pickens for a tutty. Let's see. He also had the most red zone targets. I know he wasn't on the Cowboys, so this is going to be kind of a split here. Let's see. Yeah, George Pickens averaged slightly less yards. Half the TDs, but he was also on just a worse offense. And I don't think he played the whole year. Yeah, he played 13 games. So enough, but just something to remember. I do also like his longest reception. Let me favorite Fergie too. I mean, again, looking at the tight end 1 stats here, receiving touchdowns 5 against Eagles allowed 5 touchdowns last year against the tight end 1, ranked 7th in the league, 16 receiving targets to the tight end 1, which is first. So, I mean, if you like a guy like Ferguson, he didn't get a touchdown last year, apparently. He had 3 in this game against Green Bay. That's insane. But, I mean, if you like Ferguson, rain tonight. Oh, no. I didn't even think about the weather. Dang, rain tonight for real? That's crazy. Longest reception for Pickens, 40 or 50? I would just take his normal line. I thought it was like 22. Yeah, 22 and a half. I mean, if you want to sprinkle the 40 or 50, I don't know what the alt odds are. I wouldn't take 50, though. I mean, he hasn't got... He had 1 against Cincy. 50 is crazy far. Or maybe take, like, 30. Looks like 30's a pretty safe bet. They allowed the 9th most receiving targets, 10th most receptions, 2nd most receiving touchdowns, 9th most red zone targets to the wide receiver, too. Let's see. Pickens, Devonta, Ferguson. I mean, I think those are the best 3 with the most value. Pickens at plus 250 is pretty good. Devonta at plus 200 as well. Ferguson has really, really high odds. Let's see. Let's check the quarterbacks. Check passing position, quarterback, obviously. So the Cowboys allow not a lot of attempts, probably because they're getting blown out by so much. Not a lot of completions because they're being blown out by so much. But look at they allow the highest passing rating. 10th most passing touchdowns, and they allow the 28th most, basically, what is that, 4th lowest passing attempts. Yeah, DJ, if you're in our Discord, throw that in the suggestions. Again, this is still in beta, so if you have any suggestions, put it out there. It makes the app better for everyone. Prescott rushing. Passing average yards, 8.46. That is crazy. If the ball goes in the air, they allow, on average, 8.5 yards from that catch. That is just crazy. Most passing throwaways. That's an interesting stat. It'll be raining tonight, yeah. Maybe Saquon then. Let me see. Yeah. I mean, that's rough. That definitely favors Saquon and Hurts a lot. I don't know what to do with the Cowboys. Probably still Ferguson. Just because, short pass. I mean, rain's not going to... Unless it's pouring, it's not going to be the end of the world for these football players. Barkley for 4. Hurts for 2. Once you guys learned it was raining, everyone's just like, yep, in on the rusher, which is fair. That makes me like Hurts passing attempts under even more, honestly. I'm gonna favorite that actually. I'm gonna favorite that under. Favoring is over, but I want it under. Let's see, under, there we go. Supposed to storm bad at 8:45. Uh-oh. How bad we talking? Fanatics just did a boost on Barkley TD. Take it, bro. I don't see how that would be a trap. Definitely a scam tonight. Thunderstorms, no. Hurts longest rush, 40 yards, 17.5x odds. I would not take that. Pouring, oh no. Straight line of thunderstorms, oh my god, really? First day, come on, man. Are they even gonna play? Chat, are they gonna play? What are we doing? No. Oh, that sucks, man. Dang, I already bet on some passing. That actually sucks. So Saquon over yards, Hurts over yards on the ground, and Hurts under passing attempts. What's Javonte Williams' line on rush attempts? 9.5? Surely he gets that. He's the wide receiver, or he's a running back 1. Is that going to be a really split backfield between him and Jadon Blue? Like, surely not that split, right? Javonte's got to be the one. Maybe a 70-40 split, or 70-30 split? Something like that, right? Matthew, there's no homers. I know I got to change the top ticker. Ice Bowl tonight. Dang, man. Alright, well, that's fine. We just got to shift our focus. Unless, will the game get canceled, though? How do they do it in football? If the game, like, I don't think they really cancel for weather. I mean, thunderstorms, maybe? Oh, my God, the first night of NFL is going to get canceled. Are we for real? Are we for real right now? That's actually terrible. Hey, Landon, I'm right there with you. I'm sure a lot of people are, too. Hey, maybe the thunderstorms don't happen. Maybe. Always a chance. Radar's probably wrong anyway, bro. Everyone tripping for no reason. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. They don't cancel football, but there will be a delay maybe for thunderstorms. Yeah. I know they don't cancel football, Chris. It's not like they get to the 5th inning and they just cancel the game. It's just like GG's on your bet. Let's see if Saquon's lines are going up because of this storm. What's his line supposed to be? His line is 96.5. That is just insane. 12.5 receiving yards, 19 rush attempts. I think Hurts is going to go over for sure if the weather's that bad. Over his rushing, of course. Let me look. Philadelphia. Oh, yeah, it's going to storm. Well, 30% chance, though? It's supposed to rain, but is it really going to storm? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't freak out too much. From what I'm seeing now, I wouldn't freak out too much. Unless any of you guys are in Philly, and it's really bad. But it says it's going to rain, and then thunderstorms are 30% chance, so we're just going to have to see. I still do like the Hurts under passing attempts, though. I like Devonta to go over his receiving yards as well. I liked that. And then Pickens, longest reception. Just if you guys want some props. Hurts rushing attempts at 9.5. That's a lot. Does he get that? Nah, I wouldn't. I would take his yards, if anything. Where's his rushing yards here? 56. How much do they allow, though? See, they allow the highest passing rating, so I think the passes he completes, like, I think he can get to that 200-yard line. I just don't think he'll throw a ton of attempts, you know? I think he'll probably average, like, 10 yards per throw. 10, 11, 12. But also all these stats, like passing throwaways, passing poor throws, like those are Micah Parsons stats, right? Ranked 1, so he made the quarterback throw the ball away. They don't have Micah Parsons anymore. Another thing to remember when thinking about Saquon, the Saquon stats. Getting 39.5 rushing yards on my book. Yeah, that's what I got too. Minus 114 to the over, so he's slightly favored to go over. If it's going to rain really heavy, I mean, you know it's going to be a higher rush-heavy game, so it just depends on what happens. Yeah, but I mean, Barkley for 2, like, the problem when taking Barkley is, like, there's Hurts, you know, so it's just, like, is Hurts or Barkley going to get a touchdown? We know they're going to drive, it's just who's going to get the touchdown. I mean, you would think Barkley. Hurts had 14 rushing, Barkley had 13, so, like, it really is a toss-up, you know. What else do you guys want to go over, if anything? I mean, we don't have... There's only one game, so not too much to go over. Let's see, Narth. Narth is betting on touchdowns. George Pickens and Devonta Smith to each get 40 yards. Both of them to get a tutty. Jalen Tolbert to get a tutty. Interesting. And Jadon Blue to get a tutty. Jose is also betting. Devonta Smith is his favorite, like that. Let's see what else we got here. Looks like that's it. Yo, what's up, Shay? Welcome in, bro. For Dallas, which of those receivers would be 2 and 3? Pickens would be the 2. Minami. Dak interception. Let's see, Dak interception. Dak has not thrown an interception in the last 2 games against the Eagles. 2 out of 5 away games last year. He only played 8 games last year. He was injured. His passing attempt line is 37.5. Oh my god. Yeah, they think the Eagles are going to absolutely clap them. I wouldn't take his pick. Let's just see in general what these guys allow. Man, they've allowed 10 rushing to a quarterback, 15 to running back, 10 targets for CD. I mean, seems like a lot. 17, 14, 12, 10, 12, 10, 6. Man, they must have killed him this game. 7, 13, 8. Yeah, I mean, Dak could go off, bro. I mean, now that he has George Pickens and CD to throw to, I don't know if I want to bet on targets. It's so weird betting on the first game or, like, the first week of NFL, because who knows what's going to happen. Some guy that you've never heard of could just go absolutely insane. Let's see. I still want to see. Let's see if I have any boosts anywhere. Probably not. Jamar Chase, discount. How do we know who's wide receiver 1, 2, and 3? If you click a player, scroll down to depth chart right here. Click that, and then you could see the depth chart. So wide receiver 1 is A.J. Brown, 2 is Devonta Smith, and 3 is Jahan Dotson. And then these are the 4 and 5, respectively. Telling you he is. And then NFL stands for narrative, and they're going to make sure they sweat to get that Eagles money line or spread. Hey, I'd be down for a good close game. I wouldn't be complaining. See, like, if I wasn't using Propfinder, though, like, obviously I'm biased because I work for Propfinder, but if I wasn't using this, I would just assume that CD's going to go off. But now looking at the stats, I think George Pickens is going to have a better game. I mean, look at the Eagles' defense, what they allow. Only 3 touchdowns compared to 11? Like, what? That's just insane. And only 1 more yard on average? So what's George Pickens' receiving line? 55.5? I mean, on average, they allowed 45. And apparently the cornerback 2 is cooked. That's what my roommate says, and he's an Eagles fan, so I'm trusting him. Turpin rush yards? Oops. Turpin. Who's Turpin? Am I stupid? He's on... I just saw him. Where'd he go? Where did he go? There he is. Devontae Turpin. Rushing yards. 4.5? Ooh. Kind of interesting there. What is he? The wide receiver 3? No, he's the wide receiver 4. I'm just going to say he's the 3. I don't know, like, how many snaps is this guy even going to play? Man's fast, yeah. DT, you think so? I mean, he's an Eagles fan, so you'd hope, right? I hope the Bears win the Super Bowl, bro. It's going to happen. Bear down, baby. Bear down, baby! I hate being hopeful every year and then getting 5 wins. It's so cooked. Watch the home runs fly tonight. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, DJ, chill. Chill, bro. I am not lost. I know what I'm doing to myself. I know it's bad. I know it's bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just depends if this guy's going to get a carry or not, you know? I don't know. I feel like Turpin yards is just risky. Tempted to take the yards? Uh-oh. Barkley 2 homers. There you go. I think Hurts bases could be good, too. Maybe Pickens. Pickens for an RBI. Book it. Book the 3-leg. Hurts 2.5 RBIs. Passing touchdowns, RBI. Oh my god. That'd be so funny. Can Lamb still get his receiving yards? I'm sure he can. They still allow the most to the wide receiver 1. He is... Oops, receiving yards. He is 1 for 3 against the Eagles with the 2 he didn't go over being the 2 most recent games. The most recent game, he only got 21 yards. So that's rough. Attack homer lock. Fergie stolen base. There you go. I'm tailing. Fergie stolen base. Wait, where is he? Fergie, stolen base, bang. Reception's better for CD. I agree. I don't know what's gonna happen with George Pickens there now. I think I'm gonna put. Oh, where was the other one I had? Who is the? Oh yeah, Ferguson. I actually really like Ferguson receptions too. I'm gonna take that with like. I think Ferguson receptions are his best bet. His line's only 3.5 too. I would still take his 4.5 though. It's because look, if you look at their, if you filter by tight end 1, they allow the most red zone targets, most receiving or 7th most receiving touchdowns, 108 receiving targets to tight end 1s last year. I have no idea if you should bet on the Eagles to get a defensive touchdown. That's just a coin flip, really. I mean, not a coin flip, but like, I don't know. Maybe if it's plus 1,000, you bet it, but I don't know. You can't like predict a touchdown on a defense, I don't think. I think this is decent little bet here. He also got 5 targets the last time he missed. So if he caught all of them, he would have gone over. It just depends if this game's close. Like, that's the only thing that matters. I mean, the spread's like 7 or 8.5, somewhere around there, but plus 3,000. Maybe sprinkle it? I don't know. Defensive touchdowns don't happen very often. Eight and a half. Gotcha. Yeah, so then this number that's posted is just the opening line then. Alright, good luck, Sam. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else to go over, though. Keep in mind, go light. Please go light. Don't go too heavy today. First game, who knows what's going to happen. Good thunderstorm as well, so go light. Just kind of wanted to show you guys how to use the app. Remember, this will be a thing on Thursdays. I believe I have 2 exams on Thursdays at some point. Not sure exactly when that is. Maybe I'll stream, Wednesday or whatever for that. But if you're in our Discord, you'll know. I'll notify you guys. So if you have any suggestions or anything, leave them in the comments. But I think I'm going to head out. Here's the final list. Here's the 3 top touchdowns for everyone. With decent odds, obviously Saquon and Barkley, or Saquon and Hurts are going to be favorites. But I think that'll do it for this stream. I'm also sick. Apparently I have an ear infection, so my throat is absolutely killing me. But yeah, I should see you guys Saturday for a long stream. On the 6th, so mark your calendars. That should be noon or around then. But appreciate you, DJ. I'll try. These antibiotics better help. Amoxicillin and clevolente potassium tablets, whatever that means. I don't know. I'm supposed to take 2 a day. So I'm gonna do that. Hopefully this stupid thing goes away, and I will be hopefully back to normal on Saturday. Appreciate you, Shay. Hope you're doing well, bro. Glad to see you in streams again. Yeah, Barkley for 2 bases. Hey, maybe a homer. I could see it, man. Don't count him out. Alright. Appreciate you guys for joining. I'll catch you in the next one. I will fix the ticker as well as... when I say ticker, I'm talking about this thing up top, by the way. It still says type homers. I custom made that, so I'll have to redo that. All love, perk. Thanks for joining. This will be a thing on Thursdays, Saturdays. I'll send the schedule out. Appreciate it, boys. Good luck. Hopefully it don't thunderstorm. We need that GP tutty.